Hey, what's up, Canada? Just wanted to say a few words here on Canada Day. Just spending the day with my family, and I know many people are out celebrating, especially with the big Enbridge victory yesterday. Um, the words that come to mind are, the ones that were on the wall when I was a kid. My mom, she had three civil rights leaders that I remember her always putting into my mind, and one was Malcolm X. The other was Dr. King, and of course, Chief Dan George. And I remember a poster of Chief Dan George with his speech from the 1967 Canada Day. And ever since I was just a little boy, these words have always been in the back of my mind. And I think it's something that every young person should know about and should have memorized, just like the national anthem. So this is Chief Dan George's Lament for Confederation. How long have I known you, O Canada? 100 years? Yes, 100 years and many seelanum more. And today, when you celebrate your 100 years, O Canada, I am sad for all the Indian people throughout the land. For I have known you when your forests were mine, when they gave me my meat and my clothing. I have known you in your streams and rivers where your fish flashed and danced in the sun, and where the waters said, "Come, come and eat of my abundance." I have known you in your freedom of the winds, and my spirit, like the winds, once roamed your good lands. But in the long 100 years since the white man came, I have seen my freedom disappear like the salmon mysteriously going out to the sea. The white man's strange customs, which I could not understand, pressed down upon me until I could no longer breathe. When I fought to protect my land and my home, I was called a savage. When I neither understood nor welcomed his way of life, I was called lazy. When I tried to rule my people, I was stripped of my authority. My nation was ignored in your history textbooks. They were little more important in the history of Canada than the buffalo that ranged the plains. I was ridiculed in your plays and motion pictures, and when I drank your fire water, I got drunk. Very, very drunk, and I forgot. Oh, Canada, how can I celebrate you with this century, this 100 years? Shall I thank you for the reserves that are left to me of my beautiful forests, for the canned fish of my rivers, for the loss of my pride and authority even amongst my own peoples, for the lack of my will to fight back? No, I must not forget what's past and gone. O God in heaven, give me back the courage of the olden chiefs. Let me wrestle with my surroundings. Let me again, as in the old days of old, dominate my environment. Let me humbly accept this new culture and through it rise up and go on. O God, like the thunderbird of old, I shall rise out of the sea. I shall grab the instruments of the white man's success, his education, his skills, and with these new tools I shall build my race into the proudest segment of your society. Before I follow the great chiefs who have gone on before us, O Canada, I shall see these things come to pass. I shall see our young braves, our young chiefs sitting in the houses of law and government, ruling and being ruled by the knowledge and freedoms of our great land. So shall we shatter the barriers of our isolation. So shall the next 100 years be the greatest in the proud history of our tribes and our nations. Anyway, there's big things happening right now. And we got the Bi-centennial coming 1 year from today when Canada decides to celebrate, 150 years. And we have a lot of more work to do. But I will acknowledge the powerful leadership coming, especially from our sisters at the front lines, who are defending the sacredness of water, who are defending the sacredness of Mother Earth. I feel very confident that things are changing, but we have so much work to do. And it's our young people and our women, I feel, that are the tip of the spear right now in our movement for decolonization. And I challenge, all of us to stand up and to raise our hands up and to hold up, those that are carrying so much weight on their shoulders in the fight against extractive industries, in the fight against neoliberalism, in the fight against neocolonialism, and to, really go back and remember the original instructions that we have, because within those is the power to overcome anything that comes our way, even climate change. Our prophecies talk about this moment. So, will you spend the day today with your family? I hope you have a happy day of celebration. But I also hope that, you sit down and talk with your family about what Canada really is, a settler colonial state, and about the hard work we have to do, to lift up the good work of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, to implement those 94 recommendations, to implement the UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, to respect treaty and inherent rights of the first peoples of this land. Happy Canada Day, everybody.